Hey, corporate professional. I'm Danielle Bertrand, the preventative burnout specialist, and I want to welcome you into the Reignite ecosystem. Within the Reignite ecosystem, we talk all things burnout prevention strategies. So, no matter where you are in your career, this is the playlist for you. And I say the playlist because we also have things for educators, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, and parents. So if you fall into any one of those categories, make sure you check out that playlist as well. And don't forget to subscribe so every time a new video is uploaded, you will get the notification. So today, we're going to talk about how people pleasing can show up in the corporate space. I know a lot of times when we are in corporate spaces, our goal is move up. How do I move to the next level of what is my current position? How do I become from where I am to where I want to go? Like, what does that trajectory look like? And a lot of times, because we're so focused on that trajectory path, we can begin to not have boundaries around things that are actually there to protect us, especially if you've already dealt with people pleasing. If that is something that you have not checked prior to working in that corporate space, it is going to be very easy for you to get burnt out as a way through people pleasing because you keep saying yes. You want to be on the big project. You are saying yes to coming into the office on the weekend or staying late or waking up in the morning early. And I get it. You have goals, you have things that you are trying to accomplish, which you should. However, it should not take precedent over your health. It should not take precedence over the family that you were supposed to be stewarding. It should not take precedence over all the other things that you have been given just so you can say you moved up to the next level. And you are supposed to move up, but you need to do it with boundaries. You need to begin to set very clear boundaries of what you will and will not do. And you cannot be afraid of possible repercussions for you setting those boundaries because if you are afraid, they smell fear. People understand how to manipulate you. They know how to say all the right things to get a yes out of you when it really should have been a no. They know how to get you to do somebody else's work without increasing your pay because they understand that you're trying to move up the ladder, so you're willing to do anything. If you are sitting here listening to me now and you're thinking, man, I actually would do anything to move to the next level, that's the place that we need to really discuss because that is the very place that burnout will begin to take you out because you will find yourself not just doing that in the corporate space, but in every other space that is assigned to you because you want to move up. You have goals. There is a salary income that you want and you want it very soon. And all of those things are good, but they cannot come before your health. They cannot become before your well being. And a lot of us have done that. And so let's figure out how we are going to reset. I want you to think of this as a corporate reset. You are in this space, you know you have goals, but you see how they are treating other people and how other people are having to show up endless hours just to get there. But that does not mean that that is your trajectory. That does not mean you have to get there the same way. Actually, people really do respect boundaries. A lot of people have not had to live by anybody's boundaries, but internally they respect them. What do I mean by that? An employee might set a boundary and their boss might come to test that boundary. Some of you are being tested right now. You have set boundaries, but they're being tested. I encourage you, don't back down. Because if you back down on the very thing that was the boundary, the thing that was keeping you safe and keeping you whole, if that boundary breaks, you are next to go and burnout will surely bury you. So not only will you not accomplish this goal and you will not get to this salary that you are attempting to get to, you are actually going to get burnt out, go on FMLA and get replaced. So it can't work in tandem the way that you're thinking it will. So I want to encourage you to write a list of 5 boundaries you need to set and you need to keep. One of the things I always say when I'm doing corporate trainings, it is horrible that you tell everybody else yes and you show up for everybody else. If it's on the calendar, you're going to be there, but you don't keep that same promise to yourself. A lot of us are dealing with lying to ourselves and we actually don't even trust ourselves anymore. You know, if somebody keeps telling you, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do this, and tomorrow comes and they don't do it, and then they tell you that again tomorrow, the next day, and the next day they still don't do it, then you're disappointed, and then your expectation of them drops. Some of us don't have a high expectation of ourselves because we know there are things that we keep telling ourselves that we're gonna do and are not gonna do, and we keep doing the opposite of it. You need to come back into a trusted relationship with you because my friend right now is very toxic. We're talking about work environments being toxic. Your relationship with yourself can be toxic as well. And so that is a relationship that you need to be actively working on. You need to be actively making promises to yourself and keeping them. We are so strict about all these other things, but we have so much flexibility with ourselves that we flex and flex and flex till we just don't even worry about it anymore. Oh, yes, that was on my calendar for tomorrow, but I'll get it done in 2 months. You would never tell a client, you would never tell your boss, it was on my calendar for tomorrow, but 2 months from now, let's talk about it. No, you're going to find the next available time to get that done because it is a priority. In corporate, you have to learn how to prioritize you and the things that you need so that you can have the level of success that you actually desire. And please remember, success looks different for every person. So while you're chasing a level of success that you've seen somebody else go on, that might not actually be successful for you. You might actually be miserable if you do what they did to get what they got. So really figure out, what does success look like for me? What does that look like? Where am I ultimately trying to go with this thing? Because if you don't know that, you might actually already be where you were trying to go. You might be there right now. But if you don't know that, you will stick around and deal with things that you shouldn't have dealt with because you didn't realize that you already reached your destination. So again, there are some things I need you to do. I need you to figure out what boundaries you know you need to set them and keep them in place. And also I need you to figure out what success actually looks like for you. Because when that vision becomes clear, you will start moving in alignment with that versus the track that everybody else is going on. I hope that this helped you. Again, I'm Danielle Bertrand, the preventative burnout specialist, and burnout will not bury you. Not on my watch. Until next time.